12:1 eqhumisa impepho apha endlini. Ndaqala endisethuwe nam kuba kaloku ebusuku uyakuthanda ukuhlala ebusuku obu abukho i-TV. Yazi ngathi ngumntu ndinestress akalali ebusuku uyahlala. So uthi ke ngoku apha ekuseni uye wabiwa bubuthongo wathi wangathi ubiwa bubuthongo but waphupha kakubi. So yiyo le nto kuthiwa waqhumisa and yenzile imdaka. Ndiyabona uba nyhani ingxaki ikhona apha endlini. So ndiyabona ukuba uyayibona uba ingxaki ikhona yona ingxaki nezinto ngolu hlobo izinto ezenzeka ngayo. Suke ibe yingxaki yento nje encinci because zinto ezincinci ezibe zinokwazi uba mazilungiseke. Zikhona ii-problems ezinkulu ezingakwazi ukulungiseka ezingade zibe yingumqobo. But zinto ezincinci ezikwazi ukulungiseka ezi. Andisayicapukeli ke le ngenanga la.
Otherwise, you're going to struggle to get hold of some people. WhatsApp group one time.
I see there's a few more people joining, so if we maybe may wait 1 more minute, and then if everyone can just mute their mics, then you guys are welcome to introduce yourself, Premier Hotels, and we can go from there, I'd say. Thanks.
Sure. Sorry, Angela, I didn't hear you there. My apologies.
No problem. I was saying there's still a few people joining, so if you want to maybe just wait 1 more minute, and then what
Sure,
you can do,
no worries.
Introduce the hotel group to everybody.
Sure.
Maybe just a little overview on it, and then if some people join, that's fine. We just need to make sure, please, everyone can just turn off their mics, and then yeah, you can go from there. Thanks, guys.
All right, you just give me the go ahead.
I think we're good to go. I think you can start. Thank you.
We're ready to roll.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Wonderful. Good morning, everybody. My name is Robin. I'm the Regional Sales Manager for Gauteng
Free State and Mpumalanga for Premier Hotels. And we are so chuffed.
Just one second. Aldo, can you just try mute those people? Those Robin, we can't hear you. Okay.
Elma, are you able to mute everybody at the same time?
Yes, yes, he's no, I see Robin. Okay, you know. Okay, I think you got it. Perfect. You can go.
All right, so I'm going to assume that everybody is muted except me. As I was saying, I'm sorry about the feedback. Welcome, everybody. I hope that you're all as excited as we are about the domestic travel slowly opening up, and hopefully we'll get back to that magic place that we were before this horrible pandemic started. So thank you once again for the opportunity. Premier Hotels has been around since about 1991. I hope that most of you will know our properties. We've got 24 of them and building new properties all the time. We've just gone into a very nice agreement with Thompson's Holidays. Thank you very much. Where Elmo and Ruth, my colleagues who are on this call, will be sharing with you a few of the add-ons that we built in for Thompson's packages. I will just go through very briefly our hotels and where we are placed. I'm going to talk to you about the Gauteng properties, the Mpumalanga properties. I'm then going to hand over to Elmo, my colleague who's sitting in Knysna at the moment. And after that, Elmo will hand over to Ruth Imre, our colleague in KwaZulu-Natal. And then we are open to any questions that you may have. So thank you very much. Elmo, you can start presentation, please. All right, so we're proudly South African hospitality group, solely owned by one individual called Samuel Nasimov. 7 hotels in Gauteng, 2 in the Western Cape, 4 in the Eastern Cape, 7 in KwaZulu-Natal with 2 new hotels opening up in Umhlanga, 1 in Mpumalanga, and then 1 in the Free State right now. At the end of the presentation, I will give you a little bit of a heads up of where we are looking elsewhere in the country to open up, but that's what we've got at the moment. You can go to the next slide, please, Elmo. All right, so just very quickly, Western Cape, we've got Premier Hotel Cape Town, then we've got a property in Knysna. We've got 2 brands within our group. Premier Hotels and Premier Resorts are all 4 stars, and when we speak of Splendid Inns, those are the 3-star properties. So Eastern Cape, just as a matter of interest, Premier Hotel started off in the Eastern Cape when Samuel Nasimov came to the country, and so we have quite a large dominance there. We've got the Premier Hotel ELICC, which is adjacent to the International Convention Centre that we own. Next to that is the Premier Hotel Regent, and then 35 kilometers outside of East London, we have the Premier Resort in Pongo, private game reserve. I don't know if we have many on the call that are as old as I am. I'm in my 50s, but if you are, you will remember one of our very first hotels, which was called the King David. And she was a lovely old lady, but sadly we said goodbye to her about a year and a half ago. But that was the beginning. The King David was the beginning of Premier Hotels. KwaZulu-Natal, we've got the Premier Hotel Pinetown. We've got Splendid Inn, Port Edward. Then we've got Richards Bay. We've got a 4-star hotel in Richards Bay. A little baby one next door, the Splendid Inn Bayshore, which is 3-star. A beautiful property 20 kilometers from the Lesotho border called Sunny Pass. I'm sure many of you have been there before. We spent 120 million on Sunny Pass 2 years ago, and it's a gorgeous resort. Heimville Arms, which is a tiny little bed and breakfast, more backpackers, which is close to Sunny Pass, which really is, as I said, it's not backpack, it's really just for backpackers. And to be honest, I really don't think that, I think that in the next couple of months, it'll be moving out of the Premier portfolio. Premier Hotel Kalisak, I'm sure many of you or your parents will have fond memories of the beautiful property in Scottsboro. We closed it for a long period of time, and it'll be opening, looking gorgeous November 2020. Ruth will tell you all about that. Then we're very proud to announce Premier Hotel Umhlanga, which will be opening up. The 4-star will be opening up in November 2020. And then the 3-star, which is on the same precinct, will be opening up in October 2020. So we're very excited about that, and Ruth is going to share more information with you on that. Elmo, you can move to the next slide, please. Right, in Mpumalanga, we have a beautiful old lady called the Winkler. Many of you may know her from, she used to be a Protea Hotel back in the day. We took her over. In White River, 20 kilometers from the Numbi Gate, 87 bedrooms. I'll talk to you about that a little bit now. So the Winkler is one of our older properties. And then in Gauteng, we've got a whole host of them. I'm sure that many of you are aware that Premier Hotels bought the Fair City Group in July of 2019. We left off 1 or 2 of the properties that we felt would not add or didn't match our portfolio. But at the moment, what we have is Premier Hotel OR Tambo. We have the Premier Hotel Midrand, very corporate hotel. Premier Hotel Quartermain, which is an ex-Fair City. Premier Hotel Falstaff, also ex-Fair City. Premier Hotel Mapungubwe, downtown Johannesburg, beautiful 4-star property, also ex-Fair City. Premier Hotel Pretoria, downtown Stanzible Papier Road, across from the Union Buildings in Pretoria. And then Premier Hotel Ruda Valley, which is a by-the-river sort of thatched cross between a hotel and a lodge that is very large. It has very large conference facilities, but it has a huge leisure contingent as well. And then, of course, lastly, our Splendid Inn Bloemfontein. And Bloemfontein opened up in November last year and is doing extremely well. So from a domestic leisure point of view, I just wanted to talk to you about a couple of properties that we've earmarked specifically for Thompson's. The first one, obviously, is Our Lady at OR Tambo, the Premier Hotel OR Tambo. She was built in 2010, 175 bedrooms, conference facilities, not that it would affect you, but for 920 people. Shuttle to and from the airport, 2.7 kilometers from the airport. We have it's a huge property, 168 bedroom, 168 seater restaurant, 2 swimming pools, its own conference center on the 2nd floor, and then its own private gym, which is run by one of the, I think they're called Echo, if I'm not mistaken. And then the rooms are really 219 standard rooms, 49 suites, and 7 family rooms that are massive. And as I said, shuttle to and from the airport, which is just around the corner from us. So it is a property that is very well placed for domestic travel, flying in or flying out of OR Tambo, also international travel. We do a huge amount of business. And it's a very well-known property and very well placed near the airport. So that's OR Tambo. Now I'm going to go on to, and then obviously we put Joburg attractions in. I know that you all know Gold Reef City and the museums and the Cradle of Humankind and Constitution Hill, and we're close to the Gautrain is literally around the corner from us. I think it's 0.8 of a kilometer. We also do shuttle drops to and from the Gautrain station. So yeah, that's OR Tambo. So thank you for that, Almo. Right, Premier Hotel the Winkler, as I did mention to you. She is originally owned by a Swedish gentleman called Mr. Winkler, who still takes great pride and interest in the development of the hotel. 20 kilometers away from the Numbi Gate. This property is it's on 15 acres of land. It is massive. You'll see some trees in the background there. Unfortunately, not my favorite tree. There's a tree on the grounds that is over 100 years old. And recently, well, not recently, a year and a half ago, we had a conference for 800 people under that very tree. So trampolines, swimming pools, lots of things for the kids to do. This particular general manager is extremely fond of dogs, so don't tell anybody that I said so, but he welcomes dogs with open arms and he loves families that bring their dogs along. So if you ever have a family that are traveling with their animals, Simon is your man at the Winkler. You can go to the next slide, please, Elmo. Okay, so as you can see, beautiful open ground. Simon is one of those, he's obviously a live-in general manager, so he fusses over people. He'll do breakfast in the garden. He'll do romantic dinners in the boma. We have a beautiful boma outside in the gardens that can take about 75 people, and we've had many parties there with huge bonfires. The chefs are outstanding. So it really is a beautiful leisure property, very well placed and very well priced. So I hope that I'm enticing you to come and spend some time with us now that leisure is open. And if anybody wants to come and have a look at the property, you are more than welcome. I'm going to now hand over to my colleague in Knysna, Elmo. Elmo, if you could just take over. And then let's talk about Premier Hotel Cape Town. I'm going to mute my microphone.
Hello everyone, I'm Elmo. As Robin introduced myself, I'll go through our properties, Cape Town, and then I'll go through Knysna, and through, we'll travel down then to the Eastern Cape to Mponga, which I'll take you through. First property I'll tell you guys today about is our Premier Hotel in Cape Town. It's situated right across from the Sea Point Promenade. It's in a very cosmopolitan area of Sea Point. Those that's obviously been there, I'm sure everyone's been there. Lots of cafes, all in walking distance. The promenade also right across from the hotel, so also walking distance. Beautifully situated. It's got magnificent views of the Atlantic seaboard, and then also of the corner unit rooms. They've got views of the Atlantic seaboard as well as Table Mountain and then Lion's Head. I'm going to go to the next slide. Yeah, so what's nice about this property is upon arrival, it gives you that 5-star boutique hotel feel. Yet it's a 130 room hotel. And then those 130 rooms, obviously we've got the suites, we've got deluxe rooms, family rooms, and then it's also got 3 family lofts, which are quite big, and then 84 standard rooms. The rooms are all very neatly and very modernly furnished. All the rooms have got the sliding doors, which you can open up fully, which is very nice. It's then also, the restaurant has got a full dining experience with a pool deck where you can enjoy sundowners while enjoying the magnificent views. Shuttle to and from town that runs on the hour and half an hour. It's a quick 5 to 10 minute drive to Camps Bay, 10 to 15 minute drive to V&A Waterfront. We've also got a shuttle that moves between the hotel and the waterfront. It's very conveniently located to all the nearest attractions like Table Mountain. You can then also take a walk up Signal Hill. So it's definitely, it's uniquely positioned for your tourism market. Also, again, it's got conference facilities, which I'm sure will not be applicable to this group. But yes, definitely beautiful. I think this hotel definitely boasts anything that a tourist traveling to Cape Town is looking for. And there's just some of the local attractions, which is obviously close by. V&A Waterfront, Table Mountain, Hout Bay is about a 45-minute drive. Kirstenbosch National Gardens, 30 minutes. Boerkaap is about a 15 to 20-minute drive. Robben Island, obviously departing from the V&A Waterfront. Boulders Beach, then Cape Point, Chapman's Peak, and then the Two Oceans Aquarium, also again a 10 to 15-minute drive from the hotel. Obviously the shuttle also passes the aquarium, which can then drop guests off. Then from there we go down to the garden route where our Premier Resort The Moorings property is. 4.5 hectares in size, that's quite big. And then firstly, what I would like to note about this property, because we own the grounds and the property, it's good to know that your guests are not just allowed to they shouldn't just stay in the hotel for the duration of their stay. They can engage and explore the full 4.5 hectares of this property. We underwent a 65 million rand refurbishment program in 2017. It's got the main hotel building, which houses the deluxe rooms and our 1 and 2 bedroom suites. And then apart from this, we've also got our executive room blocks with magnificent views of the Knysna estuary. And then we've also got our 2 bedroom lagoon villas, which are also self-catering units with its own little patio, gas braai. And then we've also got our own waterway coming in from the Knysna lagoon. While staying in one of these units, you'll probably get to see our resident seal. It was in the lagoon or in the waterway the other day, busy throwing an octopus up in the air. So, you know, lots of natural entertainment found on this property. There's just the view of the executive rooms on the top left. And then the lagoon villas are those in the center and to the right-hand side. It's also got docking facilities. So those guests wanting to travel with a canoe, they can also canoe out from here onto the Knysna lagoon. Also, again, it's got lots of conference facilities, 7 conference venues. We've also got our on-site restaurants, which is Salmon Restaurant, where we serve breakfast from. And then also our buffet dinners will be served from there. And then we've got Toscana, which is a small little Italian bistro, which serves an all-day light lunch menu, and then it also serves homemade pizzas. And then apart from that, we've also got our Sunset Lounge, which has got a small little man-made beach area. So it really is a full resort experience on offer here. So which offers so many possibilities, which is great for people traveling to Knysna. And what's also nice is we're not in Knysna or in the Knysna town itself. We're about 3 kilometers out of town, which is obviously very close, and then a 63-kilometer drive from the George Airport. There's just a quick, there you can see in the far distance, you can see the lagoon, where the waterway starts with the docking facilities. These rooms at the bottom, the one on the left is the lagoon villa, and the 2 bedroom suites. Then just some local Knysna attractions. Obviously from Teeson Island, you can then join Ocean Odyssey on an eco marine tour out to the ocean, where we've got resident humpback whales throughout the year through the Knysna Heads. Lots of paragliding activities. Springtide charters do a lot of cruises. You can take a leisurely stroll to Leisure Island, and then there's also the Featherbed Private Nature Reserve, which is a must-see when you are in Knysna. And then we ride across from Knysna Golf Course, and then we've also got obviously the world-renowned Pazula Golf Course and the Samola Golf Course, which has been designed by gosh, I think it's Jack Nicklaus, if I'm not mistaken. And then from there, we travel down to the Eastern Cape, to Umpongo, 3,500 privately owned hectares. So it's quite big for this area. Then also the game we've got at this property is we've got some elephants, lions, buffalo, and giraffe, with some small buck also. This property has also got 4 individual lodges, which is our Ndlovu River and Huberta and Umtumbi Lodge. What's nice about this property also is when staying at each one of these lodges, it's got its own dinner host. So every night, if you book a group, for example, say in River Lodge has got its own hostess that will then take the guests through the dining experience. Activities on offer is game drives, day and night drives. But also you can then do sundowners on a game drive at the halfway stop. The restaurant, which you'll see at the bottom, is right next to a water hole. So when you do enjoy your breakfast in the morning, you can enjoy some game and you can watch them, which is, I think, a nice experience, especially when tourists come for this type of experience. It's a quick 35-kilometer drive from East London and a 40-minute drive from East London Airport. So it's not too far out from East London, and it's a civilization. But it gives you that typical, for those that have not been here, but have maybe been to the Pilanesberg, that typical game experience. Just to go through the different, the lodges and the rooms. Huberta, that's typical African colonial styled lodge. This lodge has only got 6 rooms, and then the Ndlovu, that's what your typical safari decorized rooms. This is what you'll find there. And then the River Lodge has got 10 elegantly styled typical safari lodge rooms with attached roofs, which you'll see there in the bottom left-hand side. So it's definitely a beautiful property, definitely worth sending your guests there should they ever find themselves in the Eastern Cape. And just here some variety of African wildlife, as I've mentioned, the elephant, lions, buffalo, giraffe. That photo in the middle is actually a photo that was taken at Mpongo. So as you can see, the game drive vehicles are there to be used. Lots of bird species, definitely a must-see in the Premier portfolio. Then some East London local attractions. There's the Anne Bryant Art Gallery, Nahoon Beach, which is a 35-minute drive. East London Aquarium, Python Park, which is obviously the snake park, the private game reserve where the resort is on. And then it's surrounded by the East Coast Nature Reserve, the Amatole Museum, and then the East London Golf Course, which is quite big, also found in East London. Okay, I'll be handing over to Ruth.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Ruth Imre, Regional Sales Manager of KwaZulu-Natal. Sani Pass is a beautiful property nestled at the foot of the Sani Pass, going towards Lesotho. You pass the highest pub in Africa. It's serviced by 120 bedrooms, of which 65 are superior, 35 standard, 17 executive, and 3 suites. Move over, please, Elmo. We have an indoor heated swimming pool. Go back one, please, Alma. We have an indoor heated swimming pool, as you can see on the left at the top, and an outdoor swimming pool for those who like the normal swimming arrangement. We have the beautiful Oribi Oasis, where we can host private dinners. Our spa is also situated at the Oasis. There's the middle photo at the bottom. And yeah, and then we do have a golf course. Carry on, please, Almo. Okay, and as I said, we have 120 bedrooms. We have units that are not in the hotel, so separate chalet type rooms which are away from the hotel with beautiful mountain views. We pride ourselves with a resident guest relation manager who can arrange tours up the Sani Pass. We have a kids club to look after children with activities on the resort, tractor rides, horse riding, picnics at the close to the waterfall. We do also have a spa facility on property. And then we have our golf course. And the Thompson's holiday package includes a complimentary round of golf for your guests. Right. Next, Alma. So that's a virtual tour of the property. So as you can see, it's quite a large property, and yeah, you have a bit of individuality. You know, you're not within a closed hotel environment. You out and about. If you can see those blue, those are tents. We hosted the Sani 2C, and we have another big event called the Sani Stagger. It's once a year in November, and we pop up tents to accommodate the additional overflow. There's our attractions in and around the Drakensberg, obviously lots of mountain biking. We have the Underberg Studio. The Harmville Museum is also in close proximity. It's one of the oldest museums in South Africa, hot air ballooning, fly fishing, and the Kota horse trails. We do have horses on property as well. And then moving over to our seaside resort at Port Edward. It's our little 3-star property situated on the Hibiscus coast, close 5 k's away from the Wild Coast Casino and Water Park. Here we offer 4 3-bedroom units, which are self-catering, 1 2-bedroom unit, 5 1-bedroom units, 9 standard bedrooms, and 9 superior rooms. It offers very nice views of the coast and coastal attraction. All right, we're on the Richards now. Richards Bay is primarily located in the upmarket suburb of Meerensee, with easy access to the Richards Bay waterfront. Umfolozi and Sisulu Game Reserves are located quite close. The Richards offers 135 bedrooms, of which we have 4 suites, 33 executive, and 98 standard rooms. We have a swimming pool on property. Okay. All right, and obviously do the buffet breakfast and dinner in our restaurant. Okay, and you can see the bedrooms, and then our, okay. And then moving through to our newly refurbed, soon to be open Cutty Sark, situated in Scottsboro, with direct access to Scottsboro's main swimming beach and close to the Allowell shore. We pride ourselves with a dive centre on property. We're going through a multi-million rand refurb, and we'll see at the end of this 98 sea-facing bedrooms, which will incorporate family rooms with a nautical-inspired look. So that Cutty is due to open 1 November this year, and there you have some local attractions. You've got Scottsboro Beach, the Allowell Shore, with, as I say, with the dive centre leaving from Scottsboro, from our hotel. Croc World, which is 3 k's down the road, J.G. Crook's Nature Reserve, and golfing. Some of them, we've got quite a number of golf clubs around Umkomaas, Scottsboro, Selborne, just to name a few. Okay. Then on to our brand new build in Umhlanga. We proudly have a 3- and a 4-star property going up on the same precinct, which is located close to Gateway Shopping Centre, right next to the Natal Sharks Board. with easy access to King Shaka International Airport. Guests will be treated to sea views from every bedroom. We in the 4-star property, which is the pictures you see here. The outside, the exterior of the building is on the right. The interior on the other 3 slides. So our 4-star will provide 66 bedrooms, and our 3-star, which will provide 64. So we will have a total room offering of 130. And it's in close proximity to Gateway, as I said, and also to the Umhlanga Promenade and Umhlanga Village. That's it. We trust that that has been informative, and if you need anything from me, please don't hesitate to give me a shout. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ruth. Guys, it's not always easy to present and to make the properties come alive. You know, we'd far rather be sitting in front of you, sharing a cup of tea and a muffin and bringing the presentation and the properties alive to you, but I hope that at least it was informative. We are very excited about partnering with Thompson's Holidays. I did mention to you in the beginning that there are a couple of properties that have been earmarked for Premier. You know, we're a baby group, but if you consider that we started off with just a few hotels 12 years ago, 17 years ago, and we're now sitting on 24, I don't think there's anything stopping us now. So just FYI, we are looking at a property in Port Elizabeth. We're looking at a property in Fourways in Johannesburg. There's been talk of a property in the Limpopo province and another property in Bloemfontein. So we are trying, we've got a very nice mix of business. We mix corporate and we mix leisure with a smattering of government. With your help and the add-ons and the value adds that Mark Jenkins and Angela have put together, I really, really hope that we can get some traction. I know that we've all suffered badly, you know, colleagues, etc., business is down, pay cuts, etc. But I am hopeful, and we look forward to working with you. I will send Angela an email later, just giving her information on Elmo, myself, and Ruth. And if there's anything at all that we can do or share with you, if you need to go and see properties, if you need more information, if we can share fact sheets with you, if we can make the presentations or the properties come alive, we are more than happy to do that. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for your time. I know it's a long haul, and I wish you a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. That was great. It gave us a great overview, and it's certainly got a lovely footprint within South Africa. I don't know if anyone's got any questions. Always there are the questions about COVID, but I'm sure that you're all COVID ready at all your hotels, and there's still a few to still open, and they'll be up and running and have all of those in place, I'm sure. But does anybody have any questions that they want to put in the chat box or ask anything, anybody?
I see, Angela, I see that Rena has asked if we will forward the presentations with absolute pleasure. No problem at all.
Okay, that's great. Anybody got anything else? No, all very quiet today. You must have covered everything. So that's
I hope they haven't fallen asleep.
No, all good. Okay.
Not at all.
Well, listen, as I said, we're very excited about specifically, we're excited about the Umhlanga properties. We're excited about leisure opening up. So yes. You know, these resorts, Knysna needs your help. Sunny Pass needs your help. Umhlanga is going to need your help very soon. So, guys, don't forget about us. You know, Thompson's, Excel are very important clients to us, very important partnerships, and we'll bend over backwards, but we need your help. Without you, we ain't going to make it.
Yep, perfect. But certainly we've seen a nice uptake since yesterday. We've seen a lot of inquiries and even some bookings and some payments come in. So I think we're a step in the right direction. So we're hoping that it'll make a big difference. South Africa is a big, big product for us. So thank you.
Please God, from your mouth to God's ears, Angela.
Absolutely. Yeah. So thank you, everybody. And yeah, we'll chat soon. Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you so much once again, guys. Have a fantastic day.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks.
People make smart plans